Hey there, friends. It's been a while since I was back with everybody. Thank you so much if you have clicked on this video. I do truly appreciate it. I am trying to pull up another browser so that I can get you guys in on what's happening here in Philadelphia. I have not been able to record a video in a while, so I am just thankful to be back. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Oh gosh, there's so much going on today. I'm going to just start with, in Philadelphia today, the Children's Health Defense held a rally basically to bring attention to the fact that in Philadelphia and a lot of cities now, children as young as 12 can be vaccinated for COVID without parents' permission or consent. The reason this is alarming is because the CDC has recently come out and said that there's an increased risk of heart problems, especially when this is given to children under the age of 21, I believe. So the fact that we're giving it to children as young as 12 without any parental consent, for me, is a huge concern. Children's Health Defense held a rally down at CHOP today just to bring attention to that fact. We did try to get down there, but was unable to because I cannot get my ass moving in the morning. I am not a morning person. I am a late night person. So I have a couple notes with me. I'm not going to bore you guys too much, and I'm going to try to keep this to less than 10 minutes. So I'm already running out of time. What's going on is in Philadelphia, children as young as 11 and 12 can consent to medical procedures and medical treatment. So that means, I don't know about you. I know about my 11-year-old. I know about my, children right now. At 11 and 12 years old, they don't even begin to know the questions to ask when they're undergoing any kind of medical treatment. Quite frankly, I teach adults that don't know how to gain informed consent, because we are just so used to this kind of patriarchal tone that the medical establishment takes with us, this pat you on the head and don't worry about it, little girl, we'll take care of you. And so we're just not used to questioning them. And that goes even more so when we have a child that is so susceptible, that is in adolescence, that is, maybe able to make those decisions for the first time ever in their lives. And all of a sudden they don't have any kind of guidance system, and they don't have any adult there with them to kind of walk them through. So this for me is a bigger issue than just the COVID vaccine. I mean, I know that's a lot of people's hill to die on, but, I don't think that my 11-year-old should be able to get an IUD without telling me. I don't think that my 11-year-old who cannot drink, who cannot have sex, who cannot smoke cigarettes, I don't think that my 11-year-old should be able to make decisions that could potentially affect the rest of her life. So we are going to get into that a little bit. One of the things I do want to start off by saying is that everyone can look at the VAERS database. The VAERS database stands for the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. This is a website that is run directly by the CDC. This is where you would go to report any kind of adverse events from any kind of a shot, any kind of a vaccine. So when we look at the VAERS data, we can see that there have already been over 5,500 deaths reported. This is a big deal. We now know that the CDC has postponed a hearing that they were going to have regarding the heart problems for adolescents. They decided to postpone that because of Juneteenth, because, the way that we honor Black lives is by not worrying about if we kill them with our vaccine. Right? Liberty. We're free now. Isn't it great? So the next thing that we're going to do, I wanted to talk specifically about the Philadelphia School District. Now, I will be honest, a lot of times I pull this information from my own personal experiences. I also do have a lot of teachers and admins that are sending me stuff. Like, I really appreciate that you guys send it to me. I will keep it anonymous. I have no reason to break confidence with anybody. What I can tell you with absolute certainty is that the Philadelphia School District does have a private Facebook board. And this is for teachers only. Now, the thing about teachers unions is they tend to be fairly homogenous in their political leanings, but of course it's not, 100% either way. So generally speaking, teachers and education professionals, administrators tend to be more liberal, more left leaning. They are just all on board with this whole COVID narrative. They are all on board with this magical shot that is going to just cure everything. Despite the fact that these vaccines are available, teachers are still wary about coming into the classroom in September because apparently they're worried about the Delta variant. Now, when we called it the Chinese virus, that was racist. This is the Delta variant. It also refers to a place that's not racist. I don't know. I'm just as damn confused as most of you are. So they're concerned about the Delta variant. Despite the fact that they themselves are fully vaccinated, they are... Well, my dog was sleeping. No, okay. Despite the fact that they're fully vaccinated, school teachers are worried. The message that I have received here, again, it was, I'm going to go ahead and just pull that up. Who's using it? Let's just, personal one. It's going to keep bumping me back. I hope this will let me look it up. I haven't checked in here in a while, so it's going to take me a minute to pull it up. I appreciate y'all being patient. The overall feeling that we are getting at this point from the teachers union is that they are overly concerned about the Delta variant, despite the fact that they've been fully vaccinated. They're already proposing that teachers might not return in September, that it might be best. Let's get to, I don't want to lie to you. So let me get this message up. Okay, guys, just be patient with me. That ain't it. I'm going to get this message board up for you guys because this is just insane. I mean, my McAfee, my McAfee protection has expired, and ironically enough, so has McAfee. So there's that. I mean, what a whack world we live in that, like, this is okay. Okay. All right. So here's what the message is that I have. All right. It just says, unfortunately, I'm not going to call a teacher out because you know what? They live in this world where they are just, their fear and paranoia is every bit as real to them as my fear and paranoia of their paranoia is to me. So whatever, I'm going to allow it. Now, people have a right to be nervous about COVID. I understand people have health issues to be concerned with, but you know, if you follow the science, then you know, you're going to go along with this vaccination plan and everybody's been vaccinated. And if you're vaccinated, you're safe. So I don't have to have a vaccine, just you have to have yours, right? So they have their vaccines, but this is what they're saying. Unfortunately, we should all be ready for a messy fall, not just with our contract, but also with the Delta variant. It is no joke. Vaccinated people are dying from it. People are catching it from momentary exposures, and it's quickly becoming the dominant variant worldwide. It is very possible that we're either risking our lives next fall or starting virtual again, unless some miracle mass vaccination happens, including our students. To me, this is absolutely ludicrous that teachers are in a place where they feel like they are not safe to return to their job until I have given my child an experimental shot. Now, let me tell you this. I am just thrilled that my children are not currently part of the Philadelphia School District. Currently, my children are in a charter school and they operate independently. However, the union sets the tone. And, oh, Erin, thanks. Yeah, no, we are living in a clown world. Yeah, my makeup. Oh, I'll tell you what, YouTube can teach you how to do anything, right? How to put a new coat of paint on the old barn, as the saying goes. Yeah, so anyway, they really are at this point already being dramatic about it. They're already admitting that they are floating this idea that they are risking their lives, which is what they've been saying from the very beginning, that teachers are risking their lives, that they're heroes. And, you know, I just don't get it. Why? Because I've been working from the beginning. My husband's been working from the beginning. My girlfriends have been working. So had their husbands. Like, working class people have had to work, and so do teachers. And quite frankly, you're not providing a standard education. The education that was provided to my children last year on this virtual platform was substandard. I cannot wait to see the results of their testing, to see how badly they've slipped, because we all know that that's what happened. So for them to already be floating that this is the only way to make like teaching happen again. So, okay, so we need all of the children to be vaccinated, even though we know that there's a higher rate of heart problems in youth that are vaccinated with this mRNA vaccine, even though the CDC has already put a halt to it and then stopped the halt. They like magically disappeared it from their website because science. And yeah, so that's where we're at with that. Teachers are already planning not to go back. My concern is that the teachers' unions have too much power. They're too connected, especially in big cities like this. I'm a little concerned about my own child's charter school because the truth of the matter is they do tend to fall in line with whatever the public schools are doing. So, I am not trying to, I'm hoping that the Philadelphia school teachers are not going to continue to pursue this line of thinking, that the group think amongst the education professionals that there are enough freedom fighters, medical freedom warriors, people who are willing to, maybe risk their reputation a little bit by bringing it to somebody's attention, how completely discriminatory this is. Teachers are planning to not provide a taxpayer-funded service to taxpayers on the basis of whether or not they received an experimental medical treatment. Why should the teachers union have that much control over me or my children's health? It doesn't make any sense from the very beginning. The fact that they're already pulling this stuff and we're not even into July yet, it's not even the 4th of July. And we already have teachers that are planning not to go back to school in September. Look, I love me some teachers. I could not teach 30 kids in a classroom. It would never happen. I don't have the patience. I think it's amazing what teachers do. But quite frankly, they're taking it too far. They're getting off on their power and their authority, and they think that they can control the physical bodies and the physical health of our children, and we're fed up. Parents in general are just tired. We're showing up to school boards. We are sending the emails. We are getting active politically. We are hoping the bills get pushed forward in our legislature. We are trying to be active. We are trying to be helpful. I encourage all parents out there to do the same. We only have a few minutes here, so I'm just going to go ahead and check on YouTube really quick. All right, cool. So I made that in 11 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about this. In the movie Philadelphia, in the city of Philadelphia, there is a health department statute that allows for children as young as 11 years old to get a shot. This can be done with or without the parents' consent. Let me see if I have the flyer. This is the flyer. It's going to be backwards on one of these platforms. I'm not sure which one shows it backwards. So this is the CHOP COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine clinic. So again, the Pfizer vaccine is one of the 2 mRNA shots we currently have in this country. We have Moderna and Pfizer that are the mRNA shots. It's a series of 2. We also have the Johnson & Johnson shot. That's a one-off. It seems like the mRNA vaccines are what's causing the problem. And so here's what I really wanted to highlight, like this part here. It says you can bring a parent or guardian if you want, but it isn't required. My 11-year-old can consent to a medical procedure when she can wash all of the conditioner out of her hair on her own. What we know now is that the ingredients in these mRNA shots are known to spread into the organs, specifically the ovaries. It is unethical. It is unethical for doctors and nurses to continue to experiment on our children, to take it upon themselves to usurp parental authority in such a way that they're going to bypass our consent, that they're going to risk the health of our children just so that they can make a buck. And you know what? It's just getting old. You have to go. Thank you. It is just getting old that these people continue to think that they have the authority over our children. The medical professionals and the teachers' unions have obviously gotten too big. I respect teachers. I appreciate what it is that they do, but they got to back off. It's time to back off. Don't expect me to shoot my kid up with something that can potentially cause heart problems because you're afraid of a virus that we know how to treat, that we now have viable treatment options for. It is not okay to let your fear and paranoia hold our children back any longer. To the teachers that think this is okay, it is not. It is not. And if you are not sensing the tide changing by now, I'm really beginning to question whether you are smart enough to teach anybody. VAERS, we can all check it out. The Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, the CDC's own VAERS system. Okay, for you normies out there, has already reported more deaths so far in 2021 than in the last 10 years combined. Let me say that one more time. There have been more deaths in 2021 so far than in the past 10 years combined. That is to say, there have been 10 times as many deaths in 2021 as there normally are in the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. So if that is the case, why do you think that is? What has changed about our vaccinations between now and then? Between, the past 10 years and then all of a sudden this year there's so many deaths. What's the one thing that we've added to the schedule? Could it be the experimental shot that's known to cause heart problems? But no, teachers, you should tell me whether I have to give it to my child in order for my child to receive the publicly funded, taxpayer-funded education that I have been paying for as someone who lives in Philadelphia for my entire life. Anyway, I'm trying to keep it short here. I have asked the kids 100 times not to interrupt me when I'm recording, but guess what? They interrupt me 100 times when I'm recording anyway. So on that note, I'm going to get going. If you could, hit the thumbs up button, like, and subscribe. I'm going to try and get back to recording more often. Thanks for your time, guys. Take it easy. Bye. Love you. Bye. Good night, guys.